And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on?
Good morning. It is early AF. But you know, I was just thinking, I woke up this morning and I'm like, not that I don't like the videos or don't think they were necessary, but they've been a little too heavy the last couple days, and that wasn't the plan for this whole thing. Like, I want to have fun. The main goal is just to interact and engage with you guys as much as possible, and the ultimate goal obviously is to pay that truck off. I think that's what the title of this one's going to be, something about, you know, our first paycheck of this whatever you want to call it, of this challenge, of this series, of this 100 video goal. We got our first paycheck today, baby. And of course, we're going to take it and put it all towards that truck because, like I've said, I've done the math. I don't know, though, after sharing with you guys my skills at square footage yesterday and about planning things like that, you're probably thinking, I don't know if this guy can actually pay that truck off or not, or if he's even doing this figuring right. I grabbed my calculator and I went to figuring. Man, that reminds me of this old guy I used to work with. Hey, if any of you guys ever work construction, and you know what I'm talking about, and there's always that one guy that just is hilarious, man. And I would love to find him, but I'm sure he's not in the greatest shape, if he's still alive even. But he was hilarious, man. He'd say, well, I grabbed that tape measure there and I went to figuring. He was one of them, there was a bee's nest at the top. We were doing some siding, and we were all the way to the top near the soffit, and there's this bee's nest out. And of course, on the job site truck, we had some bee spray, but it said to, like, you know, the instructions or whatever, like, spray from 18 inches away or whatever. And this dumbass, he gets to the top of the ladder, and I'm like, I'm holding the bottom, and I'm like, spray him, Greg, you know, because I don't want him to come down there and sting me either. It was like a big hornet's nest. And this goofy, he gets his tape measure out, and he has like 18 inches of the tape hanging out. And he's like trying to hold it next to the sprayer, and he's poking the nest with it, trying to measure from the nest to the can. And a bunch of bees come out and start stinging him. And he's like dedicated to the bit. And he's like, And every time a bee stung him, you can hear making these noises. And I was like, dude, what is the matter with you? But anyway, R.I.P. Greg, if you're still out there. Still one of the funniest lines anybody's ever said in front of a homeowner or slash customer was our boss was standing there talking to the homeowner. And you know, if you ever work for a contractor, everybody's supposed to be on their best behavior when the homeowner shows up, because that's who's paying your boss and paying you ultimately. So we're all just working away. I was over there doing this tongue and groove for the ceiling. Greg's over there working on the stairs. And the homeowner comes in and was like, you know, unbelievable. Did you see how, you know, the price of diesel? And my boss was like, man, I went and got a gallon of milk the other day, and it was like $7-8 or something. And then Greg throws his hammer down on the stairs, and he says, you know what? He said, you can complain all day you want about how much gallon of gas is or diesel and how much you spend on a gallon of milk. He said, but I tell you right now, when a Percocet went from $3 to $7, now that's when it hit home for me. And then he just grabbed his hammer and went right back to whatever he was doing. And I was over there like, no, he didn't. Just say that to the homeowner. Anyway, I mean, looking back, these homeowners knew what was in their house, right? They knew these old, I mean, my boss looked like Jesus. I mean, he had a white ponytail and this big old beard, no teeth. Looking back, they knew what they were doing. But anyway, today's video is all about getting paid, baby. Getting that $380, that money that we earned We earned it. Me and you guys earned it. I made all these videos and you guys took your time out to watch them. And together, we made almost $400, baby. We'll pay that truck off with it. Woo! I don't know if that picks up on camera or not, but that looks crazy. Because of a little bit of like dew in the air. Batman. These are what the pre-trips look like when you're retarded. Straps are latched. Tires have tire stuff and air. Brand new strap acquired. Oh, turns it all highlighter yellow. Those straps, it's amazing when one of them breaks. You know how much tension it takes to break one of those bad boys? It's about that time of year that I need to start plugging this joker in, the block warmer. You see the lights dim down when the block warmer kicks on. That's honestly one of the biggest complaints and one of the things I see these kids do more often than anything is they just get in, crank the key, just bam, and don't even give the block warmer a chance to do anything. 132 and brush, we got him again. Crap. Now, I have no problem admitting when I'm scared at times, and gee whiz, I would almost rather drive, well, it's the same as being in like a whiteout blizzard situation. It is so foggy out here, and I just pulled into an intersection, and I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't distinguish where the road was. I couldn't distinguish the lines or where I was supposed to position this truck. Good night. I need some better lights on here. If you guys are, anybody that watches this in the trucking game can suggest some really good lights for like this fog kind of situation that can help me get me some better visibility, because this ain't cutting. I'm not kidding you, that was just the scariest thing I've been through in a very long time. I just pulled out and I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. I have no idea. But yeah, I could not see anything. I don't know if you guys could tell how foggy it is out there, but that was sketchy. Let's pay that other truck off, baby, and get some lights in this one. Woo. That woo thing's gonna be hard to shake after 100 days is up. And I don't know, should I keep going after the 100 days? Ugh. I know people are gonna be like, yeah, but man, is it hard. It is not easy. About as hard as floating gears in this old eating cooler, baby. Woo! Thankfully, the fog's starting to lift a little bit. It's a little bit clearer out here. Fueling up. And I was just thinking, and I usually don't do this, and by this I mean speak on topics that are hot and that they're going across the internet, but the updated body cam had just came out. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this situation, but this bicyclist, and I guess he's like a millionaire or something, who cares?
A very aggressive teenager here that almost hit me in the car.
This guy lost his mind on this kid, and it's the perfect ingredients. It's the perfect storm, because this kid was so poised and kept his calm.
Dude, literally stop.
No, I'm calling the police and you're not leaving.
And did the right thing. The old guy was just a douchebag. And it's funny because with the new body cam, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but you see the other end of it. Because at first it was like the officer, you're wondering like, why would they charge the kid with anything? And the main thing too was the kid couldn't show his dash cam because, well, let me just break down the story in case you haven't seen it. There's this kid who's like 19 years old. He's in a Subaru going to a skate park. Did he have a vape? Probably.
People say Subaru drivers drive slow. Nah, we just high as fuck.
He's going to this skate park and he sees a cyclist on the right side of the road. On the dash cam clearly shows him moving over to the left to avoid him, to stay out of the guy's way. Then he goes on to the park, not thinking nothing of it, but then all of a sudden he sees in his mirror that this guy on a bicycle is coming up on him, and dude freaks out on him. Luckily the kid recorded it so that we could all enjoy it, and God bless you for that, sir. But this old guy on a bike who thinks that he's more important than everybody.
I'm riding a bike. I have more rights than you.
Runs up on him, jerks his door open, and was like, oh, do you not see me? I'm having you arrested. Oh, I'm calling. And this kid's like, dude, are you serious? He's like, seriously, stop. And the kid's like, I'm gonna get out of my car and go over and skate. And this old guy's like, no, you're not. And he's shoving him and trying to close his door back and just acting crazy, man. And it sucks because, I mean, this old guy got internet justice. A lot of people hate him. And it would be awesome if this guy was actually closer. If that happened anywhere near, within 100-mile range of where I live, I would for real go try to find this old man and be like, dude, are you for real? Yeah, so this kid, man, like, really held himself well. And I couldn't help but think what I would have done if I were that kid. If I were in that situation, it would have went way different than that. If some weird, corny ass old man ran up on me and was like, didn't you see me? I'd be like, yeah, I seen you. And try to like shut my door on me or like hold me hostage. Nah. Especially if I had a camera recording it. That kid could have justified it. Like he could have done something to that old man and it would have been justified for sure. But that's the beauty of the land we live in now, and that's what I'm trying to teach my kids. Hopefully they don't see this and be like, see, Dad, you're always telling me not to punch somebody in the face. I guess that's the beauty of the world we live in now, the digital world, is that old man's gonna get way more than a punch in the face. He probably thinks for now it's calmed down and people ain't gonna talk about it no more, but I promise, man, that old man's got a lot more to come. Because you know how the internet is, they're gonna eviscerate this dude. It's already been on like most platforms and channels that I've seen. I'll idle this thing now. Shut it off on there. Woo! Actually might be getting a little too hot for this sweater at this point, but just got done eating lunch, folks. Had me some really good smoked wings. There's this restaurant, I can't even remember what town in Ohio. It's called Harvest House. And say less, right? Harvest House. That just, you can tell, some good old home cooked food right there. But then I come out from having lunch and I see this. I mean, what the heck's that going on? Daggone, man. I just don't know what your obsession is with me. But it's clear you need me. You need Gotcha Man for the views. You don't get no views otherwise. You won't admit to that, but you need Gotcha Man for the views. That's 100% obviously a bald eagle. It's so embarrassing how stupid you make yourself look. Of course that's a bald eagle. Everybody knows that.
Goddamn, boy.
But I tell you what, Dagburn, listen. Why don't we be friends? How about this? You go live and let me know. I'll come up on, send me the link. I'll come up on panel. We'll officially hash it out. Since you clearly need me for views, this is me extending an oak branch. And yeah, y'all take my offer, Dagburn. Look, I'll come up there with you and then once and for all, right? But if you let me up on panel and we can talk like grown men and we'll figure this thing out, and I'll show you how Google works so you know your birds. You think this dude being called a gobbler and a turkey all these years would know what a daggone bald eagle is. Gee whiz. But yeah, man, let's jump up on panel together. And like I said, on your panel, you ain't got to do it on mine. Just send me an email with the link and say this is when we're doing it. And I'll jump up there. And then when we get off that live, we'll shake hands electronically. And I'll swear to never ever mention your name again. Ever. Ever, ever. And you'll leave me alone and quit using me for views. It's clear you have to. I don't know what you're going to do for views after that. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Let's just figure this out, Dagburn, right? All right, see, I won't even say that no more. Let's just figure this out, Dagburn. All right, let's jump up on panel, do this together. I'll do it on your channel. It ain't gonna help me pay off my truck, baby. Woo! But it is what it is. You know, I'll let you get them views for that one time, all right? And then maybe this will start a trend, a domino effect, if you will. And then the rusty trucks and the rowdies and all them, well, you know, maybe they'll leave you alone too, right? I'm telling you, man, it's the offer of a lifetime. I don't know. You shouldn't squander it, is all I'm saying. I'm just saying you shouldn't squander it. And I know a good exterminator too. See, I'll stop, man. Once we I got goals, man. One of my goals is to finally just put this beef between me and you to bed, and the other one's obvious, baby. Pay that truck off. Woo!